Got another Play Series instrument. This one's called Glaze 2, all about vocal samples, vocal sounding, synthesizer patches, and is the follow-up. I think it's the first time I've seen a follow-up with a Play Series instrument to the original one called Glaze. And I've got a video on that one, which you should definitely check out. I'll put a link to that in the description. And the thing about that one is I go over the sequencer details that I love in these Play Series instruments. I go off about them all the time, but they really are quite cool. We'll have a look at it a little bit today. And the thing with Glaze 2 is it looks like it's another set of these sounds. So if you already have Glaze, make sure you're putting that one to good use before you go pick up this one, because you're going to find a lot of crossover. So the whole point of these videos is to show you what's in there, play around with them a little bit, and help you decide if it's something you want to pick up. I have an affiliate link in the description and it helps me out a little bit, but honestly, I just want to make sure that people are buying the right stuff. So do your research before you go pick things up. I'm also going to give a little shout out here to my friend Pink Buddha. If you don't follow him already, make sure you go check him out. He's got some free piano samples. I'm going to put a link to the video in the description, and also a link to his free samples that he made with the Crosstalk piano virtual instrument. And he's just a really great guy. He just helped me out recently, so I just kind of want to pay it forward to him. So go check out his stuff, subscribe to his channel, check out his free samples. We're going to play around with some of them here in this video. So let's get right to it, checking out Glaze 2. For starters, I do want to show you the chords, because they have a lot of these chord progressions in a bunch of these patches. And I want to show you how you can make them a little bit more complicated and get more mileage out of them and maybe do things differently than anybody else who's using this virtual instrument. So if we go over to the type on these and choose chord, we're only going to get these special patches that have the key signature listed with them. And the thing I've noticed with these is that you're kind of limited to whatever key they're in or whatever the chords are. It's not like you can even tell what the chords are. I'd love to see if they just had a little chart that said, all right, if you're on the A-She patch in C sharp minor, these are the chords that we're using. So maybe Native Instruments could provide that stuff to us, or maybe it's in the manual, I don't know. I'll post something in the description if that is the case and I find out afterwards. But let's go listen to some of these. I love that one, this little portamento thing. Let's go to this one right here for now. So you can see the chords down on the bottom section of the keyboard, these blue ones, and then the rest are just... Okay, let's go right to the chords. So you got these basic jazzy chords, often with some different inversions. So this one's in G sharp major. And I'm hearing that more in the relative minor, which is going to be F minor. So I'm going to make a little idea here in F minor. So let's play around with this a little bit. You've got these chords down here. They're all fixed in a key. And then you've got the melody notes up top. It's in G sharp major, and the relative minor is F minor. So I can think about these chords in F minor. What if I want it to be in E minor? First off, I want to see what this patch is made of, because all patches in Play Instruments are 2 layers. They're not necessarily all on. And if I switch the balance to the left, which is the A, there's our chords. And the right side is the melody note. So I know if I go over to this sound menu, I can go and change the tuning of this and probably change the tuning of layer A, the chords, and put them in a totally different key. So we're in G sharp major. Let's take this down 1 semitone. Now it's not letting me do exactly 1 semitone. So if I hold shift, I can get more precise with that. So we just put it in E minor. This is cool. A way for you to get these special chord things into other keys if they're not working with the key of your song. Very simple. Now, another thing that occurred to me is to get a little more mileage out of these chords that we've got here. And the thing I like to do with these jazzy type chords is to often do things where I'm shifting around, sometimes by a semitone. Like if you take minor 9 like that and just kind of shift it around chromatically, you can get some really cool kind of neo-soul jazzy things happening, right? You don't even really have to know exactly what's going on. So in order to do that kind of thing with these chords, all we have to do is go over to the settings on the Play instrument. And what we're going to do here is we are going to use the pitch bend. So right now the pitch bend is set to 2 semitones. And it's kind of hard to be precise with 1 semitone. So what I've been trying here is just to set the pitch bend to 1 semitone on either way. So right, it just has kind of a cool sound to it. So now you're getting 2 or 3 times as many chords out of the chords that you've got available here. So you're going to be adding some more variation to these chords, make them a little bit more interesting, make your songs a little more interesting than somebody else who's using the same library. Let's get right into some sequencer patches, and then we'll drop in some samples from Pink Buddha and just try playing along with some of the patches in the instrument so you can hear what they sound like. So I'll go right to the screen browser here, and you can see what kind of patches it comes with. You get a whole bunch of chords to start with, which is great. A couple of keys patches, not a lot. Home Alone. One shots. What's this one all about? And if you load up a patch and it's like super grungy, there's often something on it that you can get rid of really quickly, like this dirt thing here. Let's just turn that right down. And the flanger. Plucks. I do like me some plucks. Oh, riff and run. What's this one all about? Okay, let's try some of these out. Okay, let's turn the dirt down, the flanger down. Those kind of riffs actually do work over a lot of different tempos in the right situation. So it's not the end of the world that you can't change the tempo of them, but I really wish you could. So let's go over to some sequenced ones now. And the sequencer, as I said, is one of my favorites. So right now, this is set to D sharp major. And I just happen to be playing in the key of C minor, which is the relative minor key of D sharp major. And that's why this is working out so nicely. So you'll see it's impossible for me to play any note that is not in the key of C minor or D sharp major. So if you're using sequencer patches, always head over to the sequencer, have a look at what key it's set to. Watch what happens if I take this key thing right off and set it to off. Now we got some really weird notes. And it's just going to keep going down chromatically, and it's not really stuck to any key, and it's just moving notes up according to whatever you have set right here. So I could move this note up an entire octave. Now watch what happens. Oops, octave in a minor second. Right, that just jumped up right there. So as I said before, watch my Glaze 1 video so you can learn more about the sequencer. But now I'm going to set this back to either C minor or D sharp major. So the sequencer is working perfectly. Let's just drop in a little beat there for fun. Okay, so we're on another instance of Glaze, and we'll just check out maybe some of the, bass patches? Sure. Find one more patch in here just to play around with. Let's try something like a pad. see what they got. Let's load up a fresh project, and in this one, I'm going to load up some piano samples from my good friend Pink Buddha. Here we go. So all you got to do is take your sample chops. He's got full samples right here of like a little riff that he's played, and he's got them already chopped up for you. So all you have to do is drag these chops onto a new group in Machine. And let's put a little reverb in there, but make sure I put it on the group, not on the sound level. And we'll put a round. That's awesome. All right, so this is a lead called Fluty. I like it a lot. But before we do that one, let's put in maybe a bass. And then let's pull one more Glaze patch out. Try some of these riff and run ones, just so you can see how they're working. And we are in A minor. And so I could be in A minor, or maybe we could try something close to A minor, like G minor. Let's get rid of some of that dirt. And then let's go to the sound menu and see what happens if we change the tuning on this one. This one's in G minor. We're going to take it up to A minor just by shifting up the semitones, just like we did before. And we'll see if this works. There we go. So you can see that we're getting them in the right key now, which is perfect, and that works very easily. So I found a nice lead, do low. I'm going to play this out. Thanks so much for watching the video. Thanks, Pink Buddha, for sharing your piano samples. Make sure you go check out his website. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.